Hi guys, welcome to the first page for this series. So I'm working on some bullet journaling. That's what I wanted to focus on with this particular page. This is a page about my son, and I wanted to focus on some of the words that he is able to say. I think one of my favorite things or ways to add journaling is to do bullet journaling because it's super fast. I don't have to have plenty of paragraphs to add to the page. It just makes the items that I want to document added there without too much fuss. So if you are having problems with journaling, you can always do bullet journaling, and that will work with an event scrapbooking or like mine where I wanted to just remember the words that he was saying at this time. So I'm working with some boyish papers here. A lot of them are from Echo Park. The green one is Echo Park. The light blue is also an Echo Park paper. That yellow one is an Amy Tangerine paper, I believe. So a little bit backstory about this page. My third child, he had some speech delays, and so we had some help with a speech therapist go to our house. We started off every 2 weeks, and then later on it went to every month. So at, I want to say, 15 months, he wasn't saying anything. He wasn't even saying mama. And that kind of concerned me because our oldest child is autistic. Well, he is high functioning autism. And so I know that autism runs in the family. And so I just wanted to make sure that I cover all the bases. And they did a check on him. And basically, it was just speech delay. So we had him go through therapy. And one of the things that we were doing is, as part to see if he's progressing or not, is to um, document or to write down all the words that he can say, the things that he can sign, and also the sounds that he, or the yeah, the sounds that he can make. And so there was one day I jotted it all down, and he was able to say a bunch of words. I think at this point he was, I want to say, 26 months. He was able to say 50 words. I can't remember, but I wrote it down, I typed it, and I emailed it to our therapist. And so that's the words or the items that I have in my bullet journaling. And I decided to print that out on vellum because I wanted it to, I wanted that to be a focal point of the layout, but at the same time I wanted some color to go behind it. And so I just layered that with some paper. Now I have some stars here that I wanted to decorate. Because it's a boyish page, I decided to go with stars for my accents. And these are just die cuts that were actually left over from a cut file that I had cut previously. So I'm adding some color to this. One of my favorite things to add color to a plain die cut is to use distress inks. So the ones that I used were tumbled glass, blueprint sketch, and mustard seed. So the yellow one is mustard seed. I think the light blue one is a tumbled glass, and then the darker blue is the blueprint sketch. And the thing about distress ink is that it could get into your fingers, and so I just had this piece of blue paper that was a scrap, and I'm using that to buffer between my finger and the paper, because I had to hold down the paper so it doesn't move. So I'm just adding color to it. I thought that the color matched well with the outfit that my child has on the picture. So the photo is a 5x7 photo. It's a fairly large photo. And if you've seen any of my layouts, you know that I love multi-photo pages. But with this one, I just went with a single photo because A, the photo was bigger, and B, really the focus that I wanted for this particular page is the bullet journaling. So going back to the journaling, I just grabbed those words from an email, like I said, that I have sent to the therapist. And then what I did was I actually added 2 spaces in between each word. And the reason why I had such a big space is because I wanted to add some decorations to the in between those bullet journaling, kind of to emphasize that they're single words and they're separate words. And I will show you later how I do that. So now I've had all my accents all together, all my papers have been cut, and so now it's a matter of just adhering it onto the page. So I matted my photo with that same blue cardstock that I'm using as my background. Um, I, if you've seen me before, you know that I like to cut the center of cardstock bases that I use, because I know that that's not going to be shown anyways, and it's going to be covered up. So I like to use that, and I use the inside piece that I had cut out to mat my photos. And then I'm pulling some stickers. These are Echo Park stickers, and I am going to put the word awesome, and then I'm going to use some Bo Bunny stickers to spell you are. So I just thought that with the delay that he had for the um, progress that he had made in the small amount of time that he was working with a therapist, I thought it was pretty miraculous and awesome of him to be able to gain all that words. So that's why I decided that that title would fit best for him. Okay, so now that I have some of those items down, I'm going to work on my embellishments, and I'm going to adhere some of them with foam adhesive, and then others with just putting them right straight onto the pattern paper. These two small stars will have foam adhesive on them just to give them a little bit of umph, and I mentioned before I adhere them to the page. And then I did curl up the edges of these stars just to give it a little bit more life to it. And then, so I did one more small star, but I could not find it at this point. So I'm just going kind of to abandon that. I will find it eventually, but not after I have added a few more things here. So this is another of those 12 by 12 sticker sheets from Echo Park. And then I have added a few more here. I don't know if my video just cut out or something, but yeah, I added those. And so here I am. I'm going to put a division, or put a division between, or separate those words against each other. And so I'm adding some um, dots of liquid pearls. This is from Ranger, and it's just kind of a light blue color, and so that's what I'm going to dot there. And I decided, of course, to do this last because the liquid pearl takes a while to dry, so I did it last. And the yellow stars just look like it was missing something, and so I'm going to add some liquid pearls to that as well, to kind of to give it a little bit more emphasis. And I kind of made some mistakes, and so I tried to get a little bit of piece of cardstock to fix that, but it just smeared a little bit more, and it's okay. I'm not too worried about that, but I'm going to just finish that, and then I have some close-ups here. So I hope that you guys watch the next video for the second layout from this